Hello, beautiful souls. In my practice as a medical intuitive and mentor, I see this every day. Brilliant women who can hold everything together for everybody else, but they're quietly running on empty. Now, let's be honest. Burnout does not come from laziness. It comes from constant overfunctioning. If you've ever felt like no matter how much you rest, and you still wake up tired, or the opposite effect can happen is you've had a full day and you lay in bed buzzing, looping, strategizing, no sleep in sight, yet continue somehow to function day after day like this, then this video is definitely for you. Today, I'm going to be breaking down the hidden reasons that high achieving women burn out, how it shows up in your life and in your body, and I'll share 3 practical shifts that you can start implementing today to reclaim your energy without the guilt. So here's what burnout actually looks like. Is you're juggling multiple responsibilities at once, you're wearing 10 different hats, you're carrying the weight of all in silence. You're holding everyone else's needs, schedules, emotions in your mind as if it's your job to regulate them all. You've unconsciously become the emotional regulator of your family, your relationships, even your team at work, while neglecting your own needs and your own nervous system. And then there's the perfectionist energy hemorrhaging. Yes, pouring hours into that last 10% of a project that not many people notice while it's draining yourself dry. So it's like having 20 browser tabs all open at once on your computer. And even if you're not actively using them, they are silently draining your memory and your battery. Very much true with ourselves as well. So here's how that silent drain can show up physically in your body. It can be showing up as constant fatigue, even after rest, insomnia, or restless sleep. It can be tension headaches, jaw clenching, teeth grinding at night, neck or shoulder pain, gut issues such as bloating, indigestion, IBS like symptoms. It could show up as hormonal disruptions, irregular cycles, or low libido, lower immunity, such as getting colds and illnesses more frequently. So that's what burnout feels like in the body. It's constant background of energy drain that you can't necessarily see all the time, but you can feel it every day. But it's not just in your body. Burnout hijacks your mind too. So let's look at the mental aspects of burnout and how it can affect you. It can show up as brain fog, forgetfulness, poor concentration, hyper focusing on details while missing the big picture. It can show up as difficulty making even small decisions. I call it decision fatigue, overanalyzing, second guessing, even self criticism. And emotionally, it can feel like you're carrying the world, but losing yourself at the same time. So, emotionally, it can show up as irritability, low patience, snapping at loved ones. It could be an emotional numbness, feeling flat, even feeling like life is good, but difficulty cultivating that feeling of joy. Anxiety or dread to start the day, waves of guilt or shame, something like, I should be able to handle this better. I know that happens for a lot of women. And because I read all 4 areas of the body, let's dive into the energetics. So, the energetics of burnout is feeling heavy or weighted down, even when tasks are small, loss of creativity, inspiration, or desire. A constant on alert energy, it's that fight flight mode. Resentment, energy leaking into relationships at home or at work. No longer feeling magnetic or lit up. More than anything, is feeling like you. Now, drop a comment below if you are experiencing any of these at all. So, as a medical intuitive and intuitive mentor, I work with high achieving women such as entrepreneurs, CEOs, doctors, lawyers, mothers who are balancing demands of career and parenting, who are exhausted from carrying this invisible load. And these are brilliant, powerful women who can hold everything together for everybody else, but inside they're tired of living this fatigue, this resentment, and this quiet sense of emptiness. So, my work helps rebuild your energy, your identity, your purpose, so that you can still wear all the hats. Let's face it, ladies, this is our life. But we need to do a better job at strategizing so that we don't burn out physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. And here's the thing, caffeine is not the solution, nor is more motivation. You do not need another podcast telling you to hustle harder, to wake up earlier, or to just push through. Because the truth is, when your system is overloaded, motivation only makes it worse. It pushes you further away from your body's signals, and I've talked about that many times in other videos, and leads you into deeper exhaustion. Burnout isn't fixed by motivation, it's fixed by regulation, clarity, nutritional support, and solid boundaries. So, here are three practical shifts that you can start today to lessen the feeling of burnout. So, shift one, regulate before you start your day. So, instead of opening your phone right away, diving right into work or into caffeine, take 5 to 10 minutes and do this alone and set your energy, your body, and your soul for the day. This is very, very important. There's not a day that I don't do this. This could be meditation. This could be prayer. It could be journaling, breath work. It could be a workout. It could be a walk outside. The method does not matter. It's particular to you as much as the consistency matters. So when you regulate first, your energy expands. It instead of contracts, instead of collapses for the day. And this is really, really important for setting that at the start of the day. All right, so shift two is open one tab. So this is called a one tab focus. And this might take practice for a lot of you lovely ladies out there because we're not used to it. Park everything into a list and pick one thing to focus on for the next 25 minutes. This is called like bite-sized pieces. This is where I often tell my clients, act like a guy for a minute. Do the one thing at a time. Um, and do that most of the time. And I know it's tough. I know it's a struggle, and I know we have 10 hats to wear. But if we can take maybe the 8 less important things off of our ongoing tabs and focus on maybe the one or two that is primary right now, that is the most important, then the load that your body has to carry is very, very different. Women's brains show stronger connectivity between the left and the right hemisphere, which allows us to integrate more logic, more emotion, multiple streams of information all at once. So that wiring makes it a lot easier to hold several roles, tasks, and conversations all in parallel. But here's the catch. Every extra track adds a load to the nervous system and executive function in the brain. So, you know that line, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And that is exactly true here, is just because your brain can manage it doesn't always mean that you should run it all all the time that way. Capacity isn't the same as sustainability. One tab focus will preserve your energy and get better results. So remember that. All right, so we're going on to shift 3. This is the end of your perfectionist energy hemorrhaging. Yeah, we're diving deep into that. I'm going to tell you all about I called it my be done rule. So catch yourself when you're tweaking, polishing, critiquing, or rechecking something for the third time. Yep. Then stop and declare out loud, be done. There is so much freedom to this. Your 90% is already somebody's 150%. So don't drain yourself for the illusion of perfect. Now, this is my favorite part. And I want you to sit back and just feel into this energy because there's activation in here. And this is what really shapes your next steps in moving forward. All right. So the woman in her healed feminine energy no longer pushes past the signals of her body. She doesn't ignore the tight chest, the heavy fatigue, or the inner whispers that say, enough. Instead, she honors those cues as sacred guidance. She delegates where she once carried everything alone. She protects her energy like precious resources as it is, no longer apologizing for needing rest, space, or support. She practices the be done rule, choosing completion over for perfection. And in that simple discipline, she creates space for peace. And in that space, something shifts. Her creativity begins to flow again. Her joy rises naturally without force. Her presence with the people she loves becomes deeper, steadier, and lighter. She is no longer striving by overfunctioning. She is thriving by honoring herself. And from that place, she doesn't just show up for others, she's magnetic and shines in her own life. So if you've tried to carry this invisible load for so long, pause the motivation hacks. Lighten up on the caffeine, please. It's aging you and your adrenals and your nervous system at record speed. And instead, regulate first. Focus on one tab at a time and practice the be done rule. These tiny shifts make the difference between running on empty and building a life where you can actually thrive. And if this resonated with you, comment below. Please subscribe for more content like this and share this video with another amazing high achieving woman who needs to hear this. Your body is not broken. You just need a new way of carrying your brilliance. I'll see you in the next video.